Hello everybody! My name is Jaika Mistrada Recapitulation and welcome to my vlog. For today's video, we will talk about my chosen profession because I am now in my second year college. Yay! So if you want to know about me, please subscribe down below and press the bell button so that you will be notified for my next video. So what we are waiting for? Let's get into the video. Hi everyone! Welcome back! So for today's video, as you can see in the title below, this video is talk about my chosen profession. My chosen profession is a teaching profession, which I will become a teacher in the future, okay? So we will talk about the background of this profession, the teaching as a profession, teaching as a mission, teaching as a vocation, the continuing development of this profession, or also the trust of the society of the teacher, and the code of ethics being a teacher. And also at the end, I will give a message for this, why I choose and for the reason I choose this teaching profession. So let's start with the teaching profession. So let's start with the teaching as a profession. What is a teaching as a profession? So teaching as a profession, you must be willing to go through to a period of continuing and preparing your professional development, okay? That a person who possesses knowledge of something and has a commitment to a particular set of values, both of which are generally well accepted characteristics of its profession, okay? This profession is not just a simple profession. This profession, you have this word commitment that you should give yourself, indulge yourself, and to be exactly give your attention and willingness to have that profession, okay? That you will be giving a time to open yourself and heart to embrace this profession for your own good, okay? And for also for the good of your student, society, and all the person in state, okay? Being in this profession, in a teaching profession. So let's proceed to the second one. Teaching as a vocation. Before I was in first year college, I was thinking in my first semester, I was thinking, oh, being this course, being this profession, it is not easy. Like you have a lot of stuff to do, you have a lot of tasks to submit on time, and I am asking why I choose this. Should I quit? Should I get another course? But no, I am now in my second year college, and that is the proof that God called me this to have this profession, because today this is what my heart wants. This is not what my mind wants, because at the first place in my first year college, I was thinking to quit in this profession, but I am just lucky because my heart said that no, go with that profession. You will success and you will reach your dream with that profession. And your mission is to transform lives of your students, to have and to give learning to your future students in the future. Okay, so this vocation, God was called you to have this profession. No other one who called you to have this profession. Only God who called you this profession. Always remember that. Just like God called Abraham and Moses and Mary of the Bible, this biblical figure did not also understand events surrounding their call, okay? But in their great faith, they answered yes, like me as a education student today. So I am happy to say yes and to answer yes to the call from up above, which is God. That is a vocation. You are not just choosing this vocation without the call from up above. Okay? So let's proceed to the third one. So we are now in the third one. So teaching as a mission. It means that the task entrusted to you. Once a teacher, forever student. Okay? You are expected to contribute to the betterment of this world in your own unique way. Okay? You are called to be a teacher and you are sent into the world to accomplish a mission. Okay? Because you said yes to your vocation, of course, you have a mission for your vocation. Okay? You have this mission to accomplish that you should be with your answer to have this profession, right? So, being a teacher, you are giving your time to your students. You are giving your attention to your students. Because in a teaching profession, this is all about your students. This is not all about you. Okay? This is all about what your duty for your students. Okay? So, you have this mission to fulfill, to transform lives of your students, to have a long patience for you to teach your students in a better way, okay? To understand the characteristics of your students, that you should give your all effort to your students, that you will be switching yourself into a teacher, a guidance counselor, you will become a parent, a mommy, a daddy, and you will become a doctor. And of course, you will become a police girl, a police woman, or policeman to your students. And you should be flexible to have your mission continually, to have your mission accomplished for your students. Always remember that this teaching profession, this is not all about the teacher. This is not all about you to have that profession. This is about your students, okay? This is about how you change the future of your students. This is about how you will handle your students, okay? So you should accomplish your mission in a good way. So now we will proceed to our next topic, which is the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. So this Code of Ethics is serve as a guide for teachers, okay? If you will become a teacher someday, if I will finish this 4th year of studying this profession, so after that one, I will take the licensing examination. So after that, you will become a officially professional teacher. So if you are a teacher, you are a professional teacher, so you have this code of ethics to be abide and to be followed, okay? So that you will know your limitation and you will know your rights to be a teacher, and you will know how to handle this profession and to be in this profession. So first, I will be discussing the articles, which this article is only consist for six articles only, because there's a lot of articles in a code of ethics for a professional teacher. So first, let me introduce you the article 1, scope and limitation. This is what I said earlier, that this article 1, you know how to discipline yourself first, so that others and your colleagues and your students and the parents should also know how to respect you as a professional one, and you know how to address their wants and needs, okay? So let's proceed to the article 2, the teacher in the state. So a teaching profession, by molding your students, your future students, your young learners, this is not about yourself, okay? This is all about who and what are those needs for molding and transferring learning for your learners, okay? So the teacher and the state, this is only the collaboration, the cooperation between the parents of your learnings and parents of your learners, and also the state, which is in the depth ed, like that, and the community and the society that belong in a particular places, okay? That they will also help by transferring and molding and shaping the minds of your learners. Not only not all the learnings came from you, but also with the cooperation with the states and also with the parents, because learning of the young learners came first in the family, in the foundational, which is in their house, okay? So the third one is the Article 3, the teacher in the community. Like what I said, also you should know how to engage yourself with them, you should know how to respect them, and you should know how to know your limitations, okay? So being a teacher, you should communicate with them and know the differences between the community and the between yourself as a professional. So that is just a brief what you call that one, information about these articles, because there's a lot of information about the code of ethics for the professional teachers. So for the fourth one, a teacher and the profession. This a teacher as a profession, that you are just giving your time and giving your best to be in that profession, that you should give your very, very best to transform and commitment for your chosen profession, to become to be a inspirable teacher in your young learners, okay? So we'll proceed to Article 5, the teacher and the higher authorities in the professional. So you should you should be a licensure teacher, so that you are connected with the higher authorities in the professional, which is the depth ed, that you are connected with them, that you are registered with them, so that you will deserve to be called as a licensor and licensor professional teacher, that you have a license to teach and you are not teaching in illegal way, okay? You are legal teacher, okay? Because you have those let examination, you have all of those credentials and all of those certifications from the higher authorities, which is here in the Philippines, which is the CHED, the DepEd, like that, okay? So the Article 6, which is the last article for this Code of Ethics for the teacher, the school officials, teachers, and other personnel. So you should have to connect yourself with them. You should open yourself to embrace the differences between your colleagues, your heads, and others. And also, if you are a beginner, you are respecting the heads or to those older in the profession, in your department. You should say yes if you can, in a good way. And then, of course, if a principal or the head of the school is asking you for a test, then you should do your best to have that task and to perform that task in a professional way. So you should embrace them and love them also, so that you have this what we call the very beautiful and natural and memorable experience of environment in teaching profession and in your teaching moment, okay? So that is for the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. So now we will proceed to our next topic, which is the society, trust, teachers. Okay, so we have this first one, the public trust. Since a teacher is live in a society, in their community, so it is expected that the teacher has this high expectation from the public, which is the society. So the society is expecting to those professional teachers a high expectation for them, and they are trusting the teacher to be knowledgeable, flexible, and considerate. Okay, so teachers, in a public trust, teachers carry a great responsibility. They are educating youth or young children, because you are a teacher, so you are touching the lives of your young learners, okay, and adult learners. So parents expect teachers to do good job in teaching and influencing their children, and expect their children to obey and respect teacher. Yes, because the public is, or the society trust a teacher, because they said that a teacher is a professional, and they are deserve to be respect. Okay, so they are just oh my God, for example, oh, my child is going to school every day, and the teacher impart a learning to my child, and a teacher also discipline my child. So I know that my child respect the teacher. I know the child also respect me because teacher discipline my child like that. So being a teacher, the society or the public entrusted you. Okay, you are not just be in that profession without thinking that you have that obligation. Okay, but you have that profession to discipline and to care about your learners, even if that learners is a adult learner or a young learner. So this is what our this profession said, that being a teacher, you are a influencer of a good doings, influencer of a good learners, and influencer of a flexible minds, or a critical thinker mind. Okay, so because a teacher is the one who give so much time, a lot of times in the school with the students, with the child of those parents who expect teachers with their children. Okay, so that is the first society trust of the teacher. So the second one is teachers' accountability. So you will be expected to understand and judge the various students' characteristics, such as students' background, learning styles, and attitude toward education to carry out teaching responsibilities. In this teacher's accountability, you are in the domain, the domain that we are talking about in our teaching profession subject. We are talking about the 7 domain, and I still recall the domain that a teacher is recording some reports about the characteristics and the learning styles of their students. So being a teacher, you should aware of what your students' characteristics, because you are facing in public, you are handling 50% of your students who has a different characteristics. So in your duty, you know how to understand your students, because not all your students are in the same characteristics. It might be there's a students who are tired, sluggish, and a late bloomer who did not understand efficiently. Okay, who did not understand on time, who did not understand efficiently. Ganyan. So, such a student's background, you know how to understand your students, okay? So, being a teacher, it is not an easy job. It is not an easy profession, you know, guys, because you are a parent for your learners, you know? So, you have this accountability to know all of your learners, all of your students. You should know their attitude. Even if your children is angry and mad with you in front talking, you don't have a right to scold them in a bad way, in a wrong way, okay? You should know how to communicate with them, okay, with your students. So you know how to use those strategies in how your learners learn, okay? If what is your learners' learning styles, you are not using only one strategist for your learners to learn, okay? You are not just using one teaching strategist for your 50% of your student that suit for your one teaching strategies. How about the 50% of your students? So you should know how to change, to use those strategies and to preserve and use those various or variety of strategies for your learner or for your 50 learners to be able to learn about the subjects or about the learning that you want to impart to them, okay? That is the teaching responsibilities for being a teacher, okay? So you should know better your students for a long period of teaching. We are now on the last one, that a public trust for a teacher. So the last one is the teacher competency and effectiveness, okay? I'm sorry. So the society requires teachers who are competent and effective at their job. Of course, you are entitled to be an effective and efficient teacher to do the job, because you cannot impart your knowledge without a competency for being a teacher. You cannot teach what you have, and you cannot teach what you want to teach to them that is not implemented, that is not in line to the learnings that the learners should possess, okay? So you are expected to have a deep understanding of a wide range of instructional strategies. So as I said earlier in our last topic, which we are using a variety of strategies, instructional strategies for our students, to be able them to internalize, to learn fully the subject that we want to impart with them, that we want to them to understand about the subject that we are teaching, okay? So the curriculum materials that we are being a teacher, you know how to choose or a curriculum that is suit for that grade, that is suit for that year. That's it. You don't have to choose a curriculum that is not line for that is not suit for specific grades that you are teaching. So the classroom management. For being a teacher, for me, as I undergo my studies for this profession, in my second year college, we are undergo training with our what we call this, a demo teaching. As we in the front in acting like a teacher, the demonstration, it is not an easy task to have that kind of classroom management, because as I can see that as myself, as I teach in front with my classmates, as my students, it is not easy to manipulate them. It is not easy to ask them for forgiveness, that please be with me, please behave. No, it is not an easy task. It is not like that. You are just asking your students that please be with me, please be cooperative, please listen to me, please behave. That is not like that, Bash. It is how you use or how you find a strategies for your classroom management, so that you will caught the attention of your learners, so that you can impart your learnings and knowledge to them properly, that you are promoting and you are giving a productive and efficient and natural environment and a very pleasant class to your students. That you need to have your classroom management so that you will be having a good environment of learnings. Okay, so that is the teacher competency and effectiveness. Okay, if it is necessary for you to do the things that they never see from you, so that's the time that you will use it, so that you can be a better teacher for them, and you can transfer your learnings to them, and you know that you are a productive teacher because your students and your learnings learn from you efficiently. That's it, and we will proceed to CPD, which is the continuing professional development. So we are now in our second to the last topic, which is the CPD. So what is a CPD? CPD is the continuing professional development. This is very important to those who become a teacher, who wants to become a teacher, and to those who is in their profession, in a teaching profession for this generation, for today's generation. So continuing professional development is very important for those teachers today's generation, because this term used to describe the learning activities professional engaged in a develop and enhance their abilities. Okay, it enables learning to become conscious and proactive rather than passive and reactive, combines different methodologies of learning. This is the time that if a teacher undergoes this continuing professional development to have another level for their profession, this is the time that a teacher have a confidence for their profession, for teaching, for transferring a knowledge to their students, to their learners. Okay, why? Because this continuing professional development, it enhances the skills that is needed for teachers to teach. Okay, that they are just they are undergo, and this CPD enhance the capabilities and abilities of a teacher in their chosen profession, in their specialties. This is another unlock level for the teachers to be efficient, productive, and a good teacher for their students. Okay, so this CPD, this is another additional credentials for the teachers if they are they want to apply in other position, in a higher position, being a teacher or being a head, a department head, like that. This is very important, and this is a help for the teacher to develop their abilities to become a better teacher in the future and for their students. So I am happy to give my insight about this, about the background of my chosen profession. So I have a message for everybody to become a teacher, to those who wants to become a teacher, and to teachers for this generation. So always remember that teaching profession is not easy. The teaching profession, it is not about about the salary that you are benefited. Okay, that is not about the salary that you have from your job. Okay, so teaching profession is about what you want to teach for your students. What is those responsibilities that being a teacher should possess. Okay, that this teaching profession is not all about a teacher. This is all about your students. Okay, if you are listening my vlog, so please listen to my message to you. So teaching and life of meaning. Teaching may not be a lucrative position, so we cannot guarantee financial security. It even means investing your personal time, energy, and resources. Sometimes it means disappointments, heartaches, and pains. But touching the hearts of people and opening the minds of children can give you joy and contentment which money could not buy. These are the moments which we teach for, okay? For those who wants to become a teacher, for those a professional teacher in this generation, these are the moments what we are live for this profession. Okay, if you are choosing this profession, please listen to my message to you. This can really help you to decide if you are willing, if you want to become a teacher in the future. So that is all of my insight about my chosen profession, which is the teaching profession, and that is my insight about one of our subject, which is the EJEC 5, the teaching profession. Being in the second year college, this last semester, it was very satisfaction for me. Okay, I am satisfied for being in this subject, and I am happy for our teacher to impart knowledge and to open the subject for us, to open our mind to have this profession, to have our mind and hearts open so that we can embrace and we will understand about this profession, if how we will give ourselves the best preparation for in the future to become a teacher in the future. So thank you for listening, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the bell button, so that you will be notified for my next video. Please comment down below if what do you want to know about this profession, the teaching profession. Thank you so much, and hope to see you to my next vlog. Thank you. Bye bye.